going on, everybody? Just waiting for a couple people to join in. What's going on, people? Oh, a couple people are joining in now. What is going on? How have you guys been? Figured I'd jump in, go live. Obviously, I didn't post a video today, so I failed at daily uploads. What's going on, Luke Kohler? CK Trees from Sydney, Australia. That's pretty cool. How are the kangaroos? No call, no show. Ryan said you'd get the POW. Yeah, I did a no call, no show on YouTube today. Sorry about that. Yeah, I failed. It was worth a try. Cowboy Joe, you're up late. Not really, not too late. It's 8:30. Clarence Wiles, you were looking for the next video. I am actually working on editing that right now. It's probably going to be out on Thursday. That'll probably be the next video, to be honest. You tricked us? Yeah. Frank Stank. Man, this is so small. Frank Stanko from Vero Beach, Florida. My wife and I were just in Florida a couple weeks ago. Great to see the new videos. You rock. Thanks, John. So, no, I just figured I'd jump in, go live, since I didn't post a video today, and I haven't done a live in a couple months now, for sure. So I figure I'd jump on and say what's up to all you guys. Just reading through some of the comments here. So, sorry, guys. So anyways, today, my wife and I had another meeting with our builder. So that was kind of a meeting to go over who's gonna do what, so to speak. We're still waiting on a couple permits right now as we speak, unfortunately. At the beginning of all this, we were supposed to start building in the first or second week of October. Well, obviously it's November and still nothing has happened. The way it sounds right now is probably like mid-December is when we'll actually get going, which kind of a bummer, but I don't know, can't change what's going on. So it's just crazy to think that my wife and I started this whole process back in March of this year, and you know, we're just at this point now. I thought it would go a little bit quicker, but I guess not. The masonry company, what's going on? I see the live counts. Yeah, I guess, maybe. Big Island of Hawaii, what's going on? My wife always talks about going there. What time is it in my area? It's 8:30 at night here. Where have I been? CA, where have I been, Mike? Just working. It's been a busy year. I didn't record nearly as much as I have in the past couple of years. I guess my main focus this year was getting the jobs done. They've been bigger jobs too at that point. So obviously being a one-man show, it's a lot. I think my last video I just posted, I mentioned possibly hiring a guy or two next year. And I keep thinking about it, if it's the right time or not, but I would really like to get at least one or two guys, especially finishers. Not saying that getting employees would make my life much easier, I guess. I mean, it would help definitely with work, but now you have the stress of, are they going to show up on time? And, it's just added stress to me about making sure they got enough hours and keeping them busy. So there's a lot that goes into thinking about that, I guess. Shannon Hammond. Hello from Fontana, Wisconsin. What's going on? I've been to Fontana. Tanner Gold, how's the new house coming along? If you go back and listen a little bit, I just kind of gave a brief description about that. So, Coop, did you get a 6.7? I did pick up a 6.7 Power Stroke. You guys have seen it briefly in the videos. It's a 2012 four-wheel drive crew cab, long box, obviously. That utility box that's on that truck is actually the box that was on my old 7.3. This 6.7, this 2012 Power Stroke that I got, that was another auction truck. Bought that from a friend of mine. But I was kind of skeptical on buying the truck at first, just because of emissions. But the emissions are, let's just say that the truck's on a diet, put it that way. So after the truck went on a diet, it definitely seems to be a little bit nicer. But what else was I going to say about it? Oh, another reason why I was skeptical about buying the thing is because of how many miles are on the thing. That truck has just shy of 300,000 miles on it. I bought it with like around 260, 270. And I believe right now, I think I just looked, it was at 298 or something like that. So it's up there in miles. I hear a lot of guys say that those trucks are awesome. And so far I'm impressed with it. The only thing that's kind of odd to me is, obviously you don't buy a truck for fuel mileage. But that truck, I'm averaging anywhere between 11.5 to 12 miles to the gallon, which I don't think that's very good for a diesel. I know my dually, that thing gets around 16, so I don't know. I do like the truck though. It could just be that it's higher miles and it's kind of wore out, but who knows? But yeah, no, that 6.7, it's, I almost hate to say it, but I like that truck almost more than my dually. Where's Fred? More money? Fred's sleeping right now. He's somewhere in the living room sleeping. I'm in our office right now, so. What are you building? Building a house, Stephen Brewer. Ask Ryan about permits. Oh yeah, we've talked all about it. So it's just funny because I feel like I'm in the same position as he was last year at this time. It's just, I know there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes with building a house that you could never think about until you're in it. I was really hoping to at least get the concrete poured there before it really started getting cold, but that's not going to happen anymore. Probably be able to get the footings in and everything, but the flat work, we'll see what happens with that. Russell Landers, what does AMW stand for? AMW is actually my initials. I just moved my initials around because originally it would be MAW, and I just thought that sounded kind of goofy. So I just did AMW. I don't know, maybe that's goofy too, but those are my initials to my name. The Life of Matthew Hubbard. Hey Mike, I love your videos. I'm starting my own drain cleaning business. You've definitely motivated me to get out on my own. Well, I don't know how I motivated you, but it's probably one of the best things that I've ever done for myself is going out on my own. I'm not saying it came easy at all. There's a lot of work that goes into it to kind of keep the ball rolling, so to speak. I'm not perfect by any means, and every day I'm learning something new. I'm not afraid to admit it that I don't know everything. I think that's where you can kind of get yourself in trouble, is if you think that. Justin Troy Burgers, are you ready for snow? No. I enjoy plowing snow like one to 3 times a season, and then I'm just about done with it. Put it that way. It is fun to play around in the equipment and everything like that. It's just the not having a schedule and not knowing when it's gonna, if it's gonna snow or when it's gonna snow. just and it always seems to snow when you have something planned. It never snows, and it never snows during the day. It's always in the middle of the night. All work for Mike Cutter Morris. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know where. I guess really to how do I advertise for it? Obviously, this is gonna be my first time really thinking about hiring anybody, so I don't know how to advertise it and where to find good guys. I mean, I guess I've heard this from I forgot who I heard it from, but you don't want to hire somebody sitting off the couch. You want to kind of hire somebody that's already working. Kind of what kind of meaning behind that is you don't want to just hire somebody that's just been sitting around. There's a reason why they're sitting on a couch. More than you know. So, can you tow the dump trailer with the single axle dump truck? Stay tuned for the videos. That's gonna be in the video that's coming out next. So, Bill Tedderton merch mic need AMW hoodie. I don't even have one. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know if I'm to the point of having merch. I know I've had a couple of you guys ask about it and everything like that, but I just I guess I haven't really found it necessary yet. I don't know if necessary would be the word, but I don't know. I don't feel it's the right time yet, I guess. Let's just get me on a schedule of posting videos first. How's your little brother doing? He's doing good. He's in college right now, and he's gonna be working with me for another, I think, week or two, and then he's going full-time college, and I don't know. So he's going to school to become a physical therapist, I believe, is what he said. John, man, I don't want to butcher your last name. Can you? But anyways, John, can you give me some tips on starting a lawn care business? I am the wrong person to ask about that. The lawn care stuff that I have, that's stuff that I bought from Ryan. If you're just kind of joining in now, I don't know much about it, to be completely honest. I probably just do enough to get by. I hate to say that out loud, but a lot of the stuff like the fertilizing and everything like that, I hire that out to a friend of mine. He knows more about all that. So the lawn care stuff that I have, it pays the bills. You'll never become rich off it, in my opinion. But yeah, I know the basics, how to cut grass and trim. That's about it. Otherwise, the rest of it, I don't really know. Billy Ross, hey Mike, are you going to the Farrell show in Eau Claire in March? I'm not sure. I think I went there. I went there 2 years ago with Ryan. And if I'm not mistaken, the Farrell show is the same weekend as my birthday, so I'm not sure. In gels, thank you for the donation for $5 for the coffee. I really appreciate that. You really didn't have to do that, but thank you. Let's see. I'm just reading through some of the comments, so give me a second here. Marshall, Tessa asked Peg for Ford info. I know exactly who you're talking about. That guy's videos are funny. You have an 0273. Mine was an 01. So Richard Get, man, this is why I do concrete, because I don't know how to read. Richard Gettin. Do you like Cummins diesels? Yeah, I actually have one. I don't know if you guys. That's probably been a while since I've posted it, but I have a Cummins diesel, but it's not in a Dodge. It's actually in a 1994 Chevy 3500. I did the motor swap on that truck back in 2020. Yeah, the truck, I bought the truck. It's a 1990. Yeah, it's a 1994. I bought that truck a utility truck, and it was super clean, and it had a Chevy 350 in it. Well, that 350 ended up blowing up, and somebody I knew had a 12 valve Cummins laying around, and that's, I guess I just started finding out about people swapping 12 valves at that point, and it fascinated me. So I started doing a lot of research on it and ended up swapping a 12 valve into that truck. So that truck's in a storage unit right now. I would love to, once the house is built and have my own garage again, start tinkering around on that truck. It's not 100% complete. There's definitely things I want to do to it yet, but yeah, definitely excited to work on that truck. Gonna start posting more regular videos, Mike? You got a bunch of support behind you, man. Yes, it's I really do kick myself in the butt for kind of going on these hiatuses that I've done. I guess just from time to time I kind of get, being completely transparent here, kind of get bored of talking to myself. I don't, sometimes I don't find my videos very fascinating because I am alone for a good majority of them. So that's kind of another reason why I was thinking about employees possibly, just to have somebody to talk, kind of have interaction with throughout the day, make the videos for YouTube a little bit more fascinating, and maybe something funny would happen. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Funny guy, I steal Ryan's crew. I don't steal them. The last video that you've seen where they were helping me on a Wednesday, that is when Ryan was on vacation, so all of his guys were actually available. So that's why I had them. Otherwise, what you guys don't see a lot of is me setting up, well, yeah, obviously you guys see me setting up the jobs, but a lot of the times I'm pouring on Saturdays when I can get guys, which brings me back to why I would like to hire a couple of my own, so I can get stuff done during the week and not be on anybody else's time. So, I know this year was definitely, like I said, it was a good year for me, and it was a lot of work to do alone and just depending on people. And the problem with depending on people is obviously in Wisconsin or anywhere you live, concrete's very dependent on the weather. So if it rains, it just pushes me back, a whole nother week to get another job poured. So it's definitely there's been a lot of thought into hiring this year. That's, to be completely honest. Barry, your Ford revs up and down acceleration. Yeah, maybe try the throttle position sensor. I mean, I'm not a mechanic by any means. I just know enough to get myself in trouble. What's up, funny guy? You need to go to World of Concrete with Ryan. So that's funny. Before I even really knew Ryan or started my own thing or anything like that, I've always wanted to go to World of Concrete. Maybe one of these years I can go. The only problem is, especially having snow plowing now, I just don't know how that would work. Because here's the problem: if Ryan's going to World of Concrete, I don't have anybody that's can really cover my stuff. I do have a couple of friends in the area that they said that they would, but I also don't like putting that burden on anybody else. I got the work for myself, so. PM3, good to see the videos again. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them. I really am. So, cheers, Big Mike. Glad to see you, Mike. Stay blessed. I appreciate it. You too. How's the Ford? And did you sell the 7.3? Yes, I sold the 7.3 probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, that it kind of all worked out in the long run because I bought that 6.7 Power Stroke, and I actually got that truck cheaper than what I sold my 7.3 for. So I kind of made some money flip-flopping stuff like that. So that's kind of nice. And I got a newer truck with way more power and amenities. It's actually nice to have a truck that has AC. Have you worked out in the gym yet? I have not worked out in Ryan's gym, and up until 2 weeks ago, I've never been to a gym in my life. So it's actually started going. I have a gym membership now, and gonna try staying in shape throughout the winter because coming back in spring out of shape, that sucks. So go to the gym a couple hours, or at least get an hour workout in a day, maybe some cardio or whatever. The problem is I don't know what I'm doing at the gym, so but I guess anything is better than nothing, right? All right. How do you delete? I'm gonna delete this guy. Driving me insane with all of his comments. Rework your intro and your videos respectively. All right, that's something I want to talk about. So I obviously read through the comments on YouTube. It's like a 50-50. Some people love my intro and some people hate it. Let me see some of the comments here. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Should I change it up or should I leave it? Let's get to the newest. Wow. Comments are coming in quick. See, there's a lot of people in here saying leave the intro. Garcia Construction and Fabrication, how much per square foot for concrete? That's kind of a vague question. It all really depends on the job, but in our area, it's anywhere between $9 to $15 a square foot. Then you start getting the decorative concrete, you go from 15 and up. Because it all really depends on the job too. So that's something I'm gonna do next year. I have a pretty good I mean this in the most humble way, I guess, but I have a pretty good idea of pricing on concrete. The past couple years, I've been kind of on the higher end with the pricing, just because honestly, I just needed one job a week, and that's more money than I ever made in 1 week than I ever did working for anybody else. But next year, if I'm getting some employees, I plan on being a little bit more aggressive with my pricing. They get a little bit more work. So we'll see what happens. Concrete time, leave it the same. All right. Very short and solid intro. Let's see here. Great intro, keep it up. I like the burnout in the opening. Yeah, that was one of my first nice trucks I ever bought. So, how's the house coming along? The land, Mr. Vega? If you go back in the video or in the live here a little bit, I kind of briefly explained what's going on with that, but kind of a short story. Sounds like we'll be starting the break ground officially sometime in December. Kevin Collins, funny guy, just got the POW. Yep. All right. Let's see here. There, hide this user on this channel. All right. They've been hidden, so I can't see them. Garcia Construction and Fabrication, thanks, man. In my area, home builders are trying to pay $3 a square foot for labor and materials, and I thought that I was going crazy. Man, I wouldn't leave the house for $3 a square foot. Now, maybe on like big commercial jobs where you're pouring hundreds and thousands of yards of concrete, maybe, they're anywhere between like the $3 to $8 a square foot range because they have the volume and they're getting better pricing on concrete, but nah, I wouldn't leave my house for that. Yeah, MK, what's up, Mike? Snowing up there yet? No, not yet. There's a chance of some flurries on Sunday this week, so we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Starting the house in December. Grounds frozen, bud. Yeah, I know. That was part of our meeting today, of what's gonna happen. So sounds like we're gonna be. I forgot the name of the actual machine. Kind of, I think a ground thawer, I think is what it's called. To my understanding, it is a big heater in a sense. You put a bunch of heat blankets, concrete blankets down on the ground, and it has all these. It's kind of like just like hydronic heating, to my knowledge. A bunch of pipes running through on the ground, and you put these concrete insulated blankets over the top, and you run this ground thawer, and it thaws out the ground. So I don't know. See how expensive that gets. All right, this is a good question. Thad Snyder V plow or straight blade, which would you recommend? So I've had both now. To be completely honest, I liked the straight blade better. The V blade has its place. It is nice that you can scoop, windrows and push them up. But you just can't beat a simple straight blade. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I try to stay with stuff that's kind of older and more mechanical. I try to stay away from stuff that has a bunch of options and gizmos and gadgets. So I know I have one of my friends. He will never plow without a V blade, but I don't know. Watching your growth is very motivating to people and wanting to go out on their own. You bust your butt, and it shows hard work pays off. Thanks, Mike. The Life of Matthew Hubbard. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It's funny because there's some days you just feel like you're spinning. You're spinning your wheels and you're not getting anywhere. But then you go through your whole season. Like my season's generally from April to November. But then you get to the end of the season, you look back and you're like, actually, some stuff did get accomplished, and it's a good feeling. Power Stroke, Cummins, or Durmix, and why? I think they all have their place. So my family is primarily a GM family. Growing up, we always had GM, Duramax diesels, but I don't know. Everything breaks, so I do like that 6.7 Power Stroke though. That's so far it's been a pretty nice truck. Have you started the old Bobcat yet? Actually, yeah. It's the video coming out on Thursday. I actually just got that thing fired up. So concrete time. How's Fred? He's a great dog. He's good. He's getting old though. So he's getting old. I think this January he'll be 10 years old. Mr. Vega, did the neighbor stop messing with you? So funny story about that. He actually sold his house about a month ago. He is no longer my neighbor. Either I just irritated him that much that I lived next door to him, or he just found a better house to move on to. Who knows? I'm kind of leaning towards that he didn't like me that much and needed to sell his house. Hi there from Las Vegas. Vegas is a fun place. My wife and I were there in, I think, April this year. Mike, be careful putting in joints too wet. Yes, I do know about that. I actually, that driveway that I just poured, I ordered a new joiner that I was really excited to use on that job, but it just didn't come in time. The joiner came from Canada and it got stuck at the border, and I didn't realize that I saw that the email too late. So I had to pay an extra fee to get it to get shipped across the border, which I sucked. So I ordered one of those Cadillac joiners. How many trucks have you purchased in the past 3 years? Too many to count. Sean Stewart, we got a snow removal 2 years ago. It's so nice to take that time off. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do it or if I'm not, but talking to my wife, kind of what the plan is once our house is built and we're living in it, I may or may not get rid of this plowing part of the business. Like I said, I enjoy it to a point. It is nice to have that kind of extra money. Excuse me. It is kind of nice to have that extra money rolling in throughout the winter, but I don't enjoy snow plowing that much for the little bit of money that it makes. Concrete time, are you getting more jobs now that you're focused on concrete than when you had your lawn care jobs? I would say yeah. It's definitely I've been getting more concrete work, that's for sure. Great videos, thanks, Big Chief. Scott Hamilton 68, what's going on, man? I see your comments. Let's see here. Are you saying that you would recommend a straight blade plow? Yes, that's my opinion. Do your research on it. See what you would prefer. I guess my big thing with the V plow is on the controller itself. It just seems to be kind of messy. There's just a lot of buttons on there, and you got to keep in mind when you're plowing in the middle of the night, a lot of times you're sleep deprived and you just want something that is simple to use. So like a simple straight blade plow, say that 10 times fast. You just have one little toggle switch and that does all the functions. On my V blade that I have, you have a up down arrow. You have your left wing forward, left wing back, right wing forward, right wing back, and then you can press those individually and make the blade. There's just so many things going on with it. I don't know if I like the V blade. Let's see here. What is the dog? Thanks for the dog gift, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what that means. The amateur sent a corgi. Well, I don't. Thanks, but I really don't know what that means. Use a joystick for the V blade. Actually, Lon, which is the guy that I park all my equipment at, and he's installing all the plows and everything for me. He actually just told me about the stick for a V blade, so it's actually something I'm going to try out this year. So maybe my opinion might change, but I don't know. 291 people in this live. Concrete time, ever thought about renting out your current home when you move to the new home, Mike? No, because this is my mom's house. So it's not actually my place. My wife and I and our son, we're just living here until our place is built. So, and I don't know what my mom's plans are, but we will have a mother-in-law suite at the new house. So if she decides to move in, she is more than welcome to. Tim, you love the stick for the V-blade? Yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I actually kind of forgot about that until you brought it up. But that is something that I am going to try out this year. So, what was the last time I heard from Bugs, Mike? The last time he worked for Victory. I haven't heard from Bugs in a while. I don't have his phone number. I don't follow him on social media or anything like that. So, let's see here. Just reading through some more of the comments here. Back 40, snow plowing sucks. The equipment is overpriced and hard on your truck. And that's another thing about it too. It's not like back in the days. It seems like we got a lot more snow than we ever did. But now it seems like we get none. But yeah, the equipment to get into snow plowing, the investment that you need to have it's insane. So you get a plow and a V-Box salter for your truck, you're 10, 12 grand into just that, not including the price of a truck. And then you start getting into equipment to clear sidewalks. You get into your skid loader for doing parking lots. It all adds up so quick. It's ridiculous. Then you look at how much money you spent on that equipment, and then you're like, all right, well, this one account is going to take 3 seasons to just pay off the plow or whatever. No video today? Nope, no video today. That's why I jumped on live. I am a failure. uh, Posting daily videos was way harder than I thought it was going to be. And that's another thing too. I don't want to just put out videos just because. I do want to put out good videos. And what I had recorded in one day, I started editing it, and I just felt like there wasn't enough video there to even post it. Like, I just put it this way, the video that I edited, I ended up being a 10-minute video, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to just put out a 10-minute video just to put one out there. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that and understand that. Randy Green, keep it up. You are a modest and humble person. You're an inspiration for many people. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Really appreciate that. Kevin Collins, this definitely counts as a video. Well, I appreciate it. Made it further than I thought. Good job, brother. I'm sure a lot of people didn't even think I'd get out the first video in November. But yeah, no, I definitely, I do kick myself in the butt for slacking the way I did. For a couple of reasons. Obviously, YouTube pays me. And when you slack like that, you kind of get punished when you start putting videos back out. You don't get paid the same. But also, I'm not doing the videos for payment. I don't know how to word that, but obviously I like to do it and make the extra money that YouTube pays. But then also I look at the fact of advertising for the business. What's the average finisher pay? Well, it really all depends on your area, but I don't know. It seems like here it's anywhere between $200 to $300 for a finisher. I'll ask in daily videos are hard, man. Don't worry about it. We understand. Well, thanks. I really appreciate it. Clarence Wiles, for a 10-minute video, it takes 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, maybe even longer than that. I'll take videos whenever they're available. Don't burn yourself out. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going into winter now, and it's not like I'm super busy anymore, so this is kind of my slow time of the year now. Let's see here. Ryan, Shanae, your company comes first, man. Don't worry about us that much. We still love the videos. And that's the hard thing I struggle with is I am a new business. I'm only 5 years into this, and no, 4 years, 4.5. Next season will be my 5th year. So my main focus is making sure that AMW Services itself continues to grow and evolve. Obviously, YouTube is an extra curricular to that. So at the end of the day, AMW Services is going to take priority, and also my family at the end of that. Where's your dog? He's sleeping. He's somewhere in the living room right now. I'm in the office. And that's another thing. I don't know if this channel, I don't want to commit. I shouldn't say commit. I don't want to commit to a schedule, because sometimes what that does is it puts pressure on me to get a video done, and it doesn't turn out how I was hoping it would. So I think, especially like in the summertime, sometimes when you're setting up a job or pouring a job, sometimes stuff happens just where you weren't able to make a deadline with getting a video out. Like I said, if I'm kind of dependent on people when it comes time to pour. So I think what I want to try doing from now on is just every couple days getting a video out. Not any particular schedule, but maybe every 2 or 3 days I'll have a new video out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I need to find something that works where I can stay consistent. L David, you still renting out this shop? Where you have to deliver money? No, I haven't been in there since January. What does AMW stand for? That is actually my initials. I just moved them around. My actual initials are MAW. You do great work. Well, I appreciate it. And at the end of the day, I can't take all the credit for the jobs that I do. Obviously, I have Victory's crew or whoever come out and help me. A lot of the times, they're the finishers out on the slab. So they're doing the work, but I still have to kind of manage them in a sense. If I see something that I don't like, I make sure to let them know. I'm like, hey, can you go back up there and fix that joint? Or hey, that finish looks kind of bad. Or hey, this is kind of pitching the other way. Let's go back up there and strike that off. Because at the end of the day, it's still my name on that job. And, word of mouth is one of the best ways of advertising. No way. Micah Bush, $100. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I never expect, I hope you guys know I don't do lives and anything like that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. As always, love your channel, Mike. Keep up the great work and videos. Here's a little something to put towards the house. It's not much, but maybe you can get, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Micah. Alaskan, making Mike a little bit more loaded. Thank you, Alaskan. I appreciate that too. Do you have several snow accounts? Yes, I do. I think I got, what do I have? 5, 6, something like that. How's it going from Mike? Or how's it going, Mike, from Canada? It's going good. Glad you could join in on this live here. I really appreciate the generosity with donating money. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on, Tim? Thanks for joining in on the live. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thanks for the work and the compliment. G, thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. I do. Thank you, guys. Gator Nor, how's the house building coming along? If you look back in the live, probably around the 20-minute mark, I think I started talking about that. Let's see here. Do you know concrete before you met Ryan? Kinda. I mean, I used to deliver concrete when I worked at Schmitz. Schmitz was my first job out of high school, so I delivered concrete for 5 years or something like that. And I always seen people finishing and everything like that, and then I feel like I'm a pretty quick learner, so with that little bit of time that I helped Ryan out, I feel like I was able to pick up a bunch from him, and I'm grateful for that. Ryan Shanae, hit that like button. I don't know if hitting the like button actually does anything on YouTube anymore. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How old am I, Trey English? How old do you think I am? I always find it funny to hear, I always find it funny to hear what other people think that my age is. It's across the board. Johnny Shirley, do you have a CDL? Yes, I do. I have my Class A. What's up, big dog? 72, 65, 35, 27. Wow. Definitely not 72 or 65. Daryl Smith, you're close. 35. Gator Nor, you're actually closer. I'm actually only 30 years old. Let's see here. No, I am. Yeah, I'm only 30. I'll be 31 in March this year. All your guys is 700 years old. Yeah, I wish. Man, imagine the stories you could tell people. How did I meet Ryan and start working with him? Well, I met Ryan, I used to deliver concrete, so I knew of him from delivering. And then he obviously started his YouTube channel, and then he sold me the landscaping portion of his business. So you're 20. No, I'm not 24, Omar. I'm 30. I'll be 31 in March. Look at him all guessing Mike's age. Yep. I watch your videos and you're a very nice person. Thanks. I appreciate it. You are 26. No. Stay young, Mikey. Yeah, I wish. I wish. But yeah, I'll stay on here a couple more minutes. Probably go for like an hour. Maybe not a complete hour, but we'll stay on here for a little bit. Bought his landscaping loaded. Not after I bought everything. Go eat dinner. Well, I actually ate dinner before I jumped on live here, so got a full belly. What's Fred doing? Fred's sleeping. Kind of well, off subject, I guess, but I do regret not at least recording the jobs that I did this year. But I guess you can't be too upset. You can't live in the past. So I wish I would have though, because I could have had a lot more videos out there for you guys. Young buck, yeah, I'm still young. Sometimes my knees don't feel that way though. Alaskan, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Nice dump truck that you have. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's funny. I got that truck cheaper than I've bought any like normal pickup truck for. I don't know if it was they were just having a hard time selling it or what, because it's a single axle dump truck, manual, and it's also you need a CDL for it. I feel like a lot of people that buy a single axle dump truck, they're looking for something that's not CDL. So I got it cheap. I'm not gonna tell you guys how much I picked it up for, just in case I want to sell it and make some money on it. But all right. Let's see. I'm just gonna read through some more of these here. Man, I'm still blown away. At Micah for $100. I really appreciate that. That's the biggest, I guess tip? Not tip. What would you call it? Donation. That's the word I'm looking for. I've ever got. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Still shocked about that. Daryl Smith, thanks for sharing your life and experiences with us, Mike. You're welcome. Sometimes it feels kind of weird. Especially, like when I'm walking around out in public or whatever. I also, be a little off subject here, but I do all of my lives off my phone. I'm trying to figure out how to do it off my laptop. It says I need to download something, and I didn't have enough time to try figuring that out tonight. So sorry if the camera's shaky, but I totally lost where I was going to go with this. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say, but how many trucks do I have now? I don't even know. A lot. Mike is loaded. Yeah, no kidding. Happy early Thanksgiving. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Clarence Wiles, yeah, YouTube will keep 30% of it. Yep. Why do you need a CDL for the single axle? It has air brakes, or is that what it is? Yeah. So that my single axle dump truck, it's got air brakes, and that truck's actually it's legal for 38,000 pounds. Yeah, it's 38,000 pounds. So for any vehicle that with to be under CDL, you need to be underneath, if I'm not mistaken, 26,000 pounds. So I can haul a significant amount of more weight. Will you post snow plowing videos? Of course I will. As long as I can, as long as we get snow, right? What is the name brand of your skid steer? My skid steer, that's a New Holland. That's a New Holland L228. Going live doesn't substitute for a video. You're right. But at least I'm trying something, right? What brand is the wheel loader? That is a Swinger. So, if to my understanding, Swinger is now Yale. Yale makes a lot of forklifts, stuff like that. You only need a Class B for a single axle. Well, yeah, I mean, only a Class B or whatever, but I have my Class A, so I'm legal to drive a lot of vehicles. And I also don't have a manual restriction on my CDL. I can drive just about anything. So, and I've got a couple other endorsements on my CDL. You know, say all this went to crap. I could pretty much get a driving job anywhere. In the most humble way to say that. Excuse me. What are the prices like for used pickups up there? It is absolutely insane. I'm sure Canada's worse, but it's ridiculous on what some of these guys want for their hoop days. I've almost found it better just to go get stuff off auction from the south, or go down south and just pick up a rust-free truck. And if it needs a pile of work, at least you're getting a truck that's not rotted out. So like my dually, I flew down to Virginia to pick that truck up. The Ford, the 2012, the 6.7, that truck's out of Texas. My 7.3 that I had, that was out of, I believe that was out of Kansas. So don't drive that truck like Big Ray. How cold is it out? Is it there right now? It's probably like 33 right now tonight. Johnny, come to New York and I'll hire you to drive truck. I trust you more than most people are trying to apply. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to come to New York and check out Ground Zero and everything like that, but my wife and I have talked about it a couple times, and I just can't bring myself to go to New York. The government in 2020 changed the auto industry forever. 2020 changed everything forever. Biker Mike, do many people recognize you from this channel, and when you are out in public, and do you like when they know who you are? That's a very good question. I do get recognized quite often. I don't know if it's just from, my YouTube channel or if it's from Ryan's or what, but pretty much anywhere I've ever went, especially like on vacations, I've been recognized. I've been recognized at gas stations, all over the place, actually. At first, I was kind of creeped out about it, which I guess is a good time to tell you guys now. If you know who I am, please don't just follow me around and just kind of keep staring at me. If you know me from YouTube, just come up and say hey. It's way less weird of a feeling when you just come up and say, hey, I'm so and so, I love the channel, instead of just me walking around the gas station at Quick Trip and I feel like somebody's watching me, and I look behind my back and you're looking through a shelf. So just come up and say hi. I promise I don't hit you. New York is a beautiful state. That's what I've heard. Is the New Holland equipment significantly cheaper over there, competitors, or why did you and Ryan both buy that brand? Well, I think for me, yeah, New Holland is a kind of a cheaper. I don't want to say it's a cheaper machine. They've been around for a long time. They're great machines. But like Caterpillar, for example, I think Cat is good for the big excavation companies. Reason why I say that is because they get all the dealer support. I feel like when you buy Cat, you're paying for the dealer support. It's kind of what it all boils down to. But for guys like myself, New Holland is really close to us. So is Bobcat. So it seems like a lot of guys have either Case, New Holland, or Bobcat in the area, and the bigger construction companies have Cat. So there's a handful of guys that have John Deere around here, but not many. Gee, I gotta go. Peace out, everyone. Peace out, man. That means you're doing something right, son. John Pergray. I don't know what you mean by that, but all right. Is it around the corner even on time on your jobs? Depends on the day. Any cool tools you have bought this year that made your work easier? Yeah, the dump truck. That's been a huge one. Mike, are you a DeWalt or Milwaukee man? Well, if you watch the videos, you see what's in my toolboxes. If you come to Vegas for concrete, make sure to visit us. All right. Well, you have to reach out to me because I won't remember your name by then. All right, guys. It's been just about an hour. I'll answer a couple more questions, maybe a couple more stories, but I'm about to get off here. So, Vegas Auto Gallery. I'll hit you up. Yeah, I guess you'll have to let me know when that time comes. So. All right, everybody. I think I am going to jump off here. I appreciate everybody that joined in tonight. Apologize I did not get a video out to you guys. But I promise you there will be one out on Thursday this week. And anything else that I got to say? No, I don't think that is. But all right, you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining in.